Hi everyone and welcome back to Yes Let's. In this video we're just going to do a really quick characterization exercise. For this exercise we're going to focus on Puck because I think Puck is one of those characters that can be done so differently and I think it's a good place to start. So when breaking it down right down to the simplest form, there are three things that can help you with characterization. The first thing is voice. So for Puck, I think his voice is very cheeky, mischievous, but also he's a spirit, so it's got to be slightly different to the humans. I think this is the main thing with the fairies, is they've got to feel different to the humans. And there may be some productions that play around with that idea, that maybe the fairies aren't so different from the humans, maybe they mirror a lot of the qualities that the humans have. But there are productions where they want to make that difference. So let's think about that. If the humans use a voice like I'm using now, a normal voice, then perhaps the fairies could use different dynamics and a different pitch. For example, Puck might have a higher pitch. He might have more dynamics. He might stop and start in different ways that you wouldn't expect. So perhaps instead of talking like this as I am now, Puck would talk like this as I am now. He might lengthen certain words and shorten other words. But in the simplest terms, think about pitch. Is it a higher voice? What's the quality of the voice like? Is it mysterious and whispery? Have a look. I'll show you an example of my normal voice and then I'll do it in the Puck voice, the mysterious voice. So, if we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear. If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear. So the second thing is body or physicality. How does the character move? How do they stand? How do they stand in relation to other characters? So perhaps when Puck is just with the fairies, he's acting very differently to when he's with Oberon. Maybe when he's away from Oberon, he feels a lot more proud. Maybe he feels a bit too big for his boots. And his posture is more upright, more as if he's the big cheese, the one in charge. Whereas maybe when Oberon's in his presence, he shrinks a bit. You could use that to show the relationship between Puck and Oberon if you wanted to. Think about physicality. Is Puck closer to the ground or is he floating and up on his tippy toes? I like to think of Puck as being quite a grounded character. So thinking about your feet and where they are on the ground, almost imagining as if there are roots coming through your feet and up through your body, as if you are actually connected to the earth, because that creates a more earthy character and a more earthy physicality. So that's quite a nice way of thinking about it, because obviously the fairies live in the forest. They are spirits of the forest and that's their domain. So it's nice to think about it in a more earthly way, but you could think about it as if they're more sprightly and more light on their feet. Are they grounded or are they light on their feet? Or are they a mixture of both, that they're close to the ground but they're also light on their feet? What do you do with your hands? How do you move? Do you move fast and dart around? Maybe Puck darts around? Or is Puck more fluid and floaty? And the third thing is face. So facial expressions. And this is what helps to engage the audience. This is what helps us see how you relate to the other characters in the scene. It's what draws in the audience. I think facial expressions are particularly important for Puck, who has to really play with the audience and the other characters because he is such a mischievous mastermind. He's like a puppeteer almost. He gets all of those cogs turning, and especially like when he's in the wood and he's leading Lysander and Demetrius around in the fog, he really is the puppet master of the play. So facial expressions, eyebrows, eyes, how your head moves. Does it twitch around or do you move slowly? Or is it a mixture of the two? So thinking about those three things, voice, body, and facial expressions, let's have a go at characterising Puck using some of Shakespeare's language. If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. So I hope you enjoyed that really quick look at the character of Puck. As always, we hope you have a wonderful day and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now!